My boss lied to get me fired, so I got the last laugh. Part 1. I knew my boss, Lisa, didn't like me. It wasn't anything obvious at first, just little things. She'd ignore my ideas in meetings, take credit for my work, and conveniently forget to include me in important emails. I told myself I was overthinking it, that if I worked hard enough, she'd see my value. I was wrong. One morning, I walked into the office to find an HR rep waiting at my desk. "Can we talk?" Confused, I followed them to a conference room, where Lisa was already sitting, arms crossed and looking far too smug. "We've received multiple reports of misconduct," the HR rep said, sliding a folder toward me, "including insubordination and mishandling company resources." I felt like I'd been punched. "What? That's not true," Lisa sighed dramatically. "I really wanted to help you succeed here, but your behavior has made it impossible." I flipped through the folder. Emails I'd supposedly sent, reports I'd supposedly botched, all completely fabricated. The worst part? Lisa had CC'd herself on these emails and edited them later to make it look like I had made mistakes. She had set me up. I fought back. I argued. But Lisa had been planting these seeds for months. HR had already made up their minds. I was fired. Effective immediately. My boss lied to get me fired, so I got the last laugh. Part 2. As I packed up my desk, Lisa leaned in and whispered, "This just wasn't the right place for you." Then she smiled. I left that office humiliated, furious, and determined. If Lisa thought I was just going to disappear quietly, she was so wrong. I still had access to my work email for a few hours after being fired, thanks for the incompetence IT department. I forwarded everything to my personal account, the real versions of those emails before Lisa edited them, timestamps proving she altered them, and even messages where she outright admitted to making me a scapegoat. Lisa had spent years curating a professional image. She was well-respected in the industry. I made sure that reputation burned. I sent an anonymous tip to a well-known industry blog attaching my proof. I also forwarded everything to HR again, letting them know I was considering legal action for wrongful termination. And then the cherry on top? I reached out to a recruiter at one of our biggest competitors. It took less than a week for everything to blow up. The blog ran a full expose on Lisa's tactics, and suddenly, my inbox was flooded with messages from old coworkers sharing their horror stories. Turns out I wasn't the first person Lisa had sabotaged, just the first to expose her. HR scrambled. The company quietly let her go. But the best part? That recruiter I reached out to? Not only did they offer me a job, but it was a better position with higher pay. Apparently, my firing had made waves, and people saw right through Lisa's lies. A month later, I was thriving at my new job. No more walking on eggshells, no more backstabbing. Just a fresh start. One day, I got a LinkedIn notification. Lisa had viewed my profile. She was still unemployed. I smiled, closed my laptop, and went back to work. Revenge is best served with a promotion.